Feel it? That aura
I do.
when you walked in the studio?
Absolutely.
That was smooth shea butter, Perk, the MVP favorite in Sacramento last night, taking on the Kings in the first quarter. Watch him here, just slicing and dicing the defense, Shanae.
Yeah, if you can keep him in front, actually nobody can. He's so excellent with momentum downhill. Look at the layup package, the finishing package.
Around the world, in 80 days or in shady days?
Oh, and shady.
Crafty there. SGA and the Thunder pulling away here in the final seconds of the second quarter. Skip to Malou, running back down the court. SGA once again in the third quarter. Didn't take his foot off the gas, Perk.
Absolutely, getting down here. Look, snatching the screws out there. While other teams around the league and coaches talking about their players are tied, guess who not?
He's too
the
tough.
number one team in the Western Conference, best record in the league.
Very shady.
Yeah.
A 32-point performance for SGA as the Thunder get the win here. So you saw it on the broadcast last night, but not only is SGA the runaway leader in points scored this season, he's nearly scored more points through 3 quarters than anybody else has scored all season long here. So right below the Thunder are the Rockets, who are playing some of the best basketball at the right time of the year.
Let's go!
The Rockets, they went into last night having won 9 of their last 10
Thank
games.
you. Correction. Hello.
Clear the way and look out below. Jalen Green starting out this game on the right note, Kendrick Perkins.
Absolutely. Look, that time Fred VanVleet had taken off because of injury allowed Jalen Green to grow. Look at his confidence. Look at the tenacity. And then all of a sudden, here
Baby
comes
Jokic.
Baby Jokic.
I knew you were
And it
going
all
to say it.
started with that smothering defensive play, but Baby Jokic, little hook shot.
Little jump hook in the paint.
Tough finish there, and then Green drives through traffic and finishes here. The Rocket star is starting to roll.
Son.
And then there was this moment, which is our Hyundai electric moment. Green, watch him here.
Come on.
Spinning,
That's truly a blender.
baseline, big jam. We got to take another look at that one.
That's dirty. That's dirty.
And then he wasn't done yet.
They do call
today.
it the dirty South for a reason.
Fourth quarter, Green drives.
Third, to be exact.
The runner plus the foul. He finished with 32 and 11 rebounds. A few minutes later, Şengün, a tough one-legged fader there. Şengün finished with 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. The Rockets, they get the win in this one. So Houston, they've been dominant lately. They've won 9 of 10 now, behind the league's 4th best defense over that span. And this hot stretch, it's helped Houston launch up the standings. They've gone from 5th to 2nd. So exactly how is this team forcing its way into the playoffs? How could they be a force in the postseason? Well, that's why we got our H-Town legends here to break it down.
Let's go, Perk. Come on now. Hank, come on. It's H-Town.
Don't hurt
We
my
are hyped. We are hyped. This is our city. Hello, the Houston Rockets. They are here. They have arrived. We have liftoff, and they are red hot at the right time with the postseason just right around the corner. Now, if they want to make some noise, Big Perk, when it comes to mid-April, they need their stars to shine, and they're doing exactly that. Jalen Green has been a star. Again, this is one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. He's not just doing it on offense. Here, he plays the shooting gaps, the passing gaps, and goes, and it's automatically a highlight reel. But he's also capable in half court, hunting mismatches here. All right, you're on an island. He'll just blow by. Look at the breaks, the turnaround, the fadeaway. Jalen Green has been straight that, like Perk wearing green. Straight money, cash money, baby. Let's look at his numbers. His last 8 games, 25.5 points per game. He's increased them at the perfect time. But I know it's not just on the outside, it's also the inside.
And look, I understand Jalen Green been balling, but we don't want no puppy.
We want a big dog.
You know what I mean? And we got a big dog in the big fella, Alfred Şengün. I call him Baby Jokic. Look at this isolation right here at the nail. Having patience, taking his time, getting to where he needs to go, finishing in traffic, and one. Right here again, clear the side out, you know what, I got him. And look, everyone is thinking because he draws so much attention that pass is going to the corner, he drop it off for Big Steven Adams down low for the dunk. Check this out right here. His assists are up right now. When you talk about players, 14 points per game, 10 rebounds a game, 5 assists, Jokic, Giannis, Afro Shangoon.
I know your favorite rapper, Perk, Big X. What would he say? We the biggest, the largest, right? Something's changing in Houston. But what I do really love is the fact that this is the best season that the Rockets have had since 2018. 6 years, the year after James Harden was prime MVP. And now I feel like we really have a foundation to not only make the playoffs, which we have ensured basically, but also build upon it for the future.
They're doing it behind a tremendous defensive effort here. And similarly to the way that we talk about the Pistons in the Eastern Conference, they're doing it with a combination of young stars and also veterans that are making a huge impact. I'd like to welcome in now our all-star Carlos Boozer to this conversation, because for months we've talked about the West as sort of being the Thunder at the top and then everybody else. The Thunder, I'll put it in perspective. They've clinched the 1 seed. No one else in the West has even clinched a playoff spot. So when you look at the West in its entirety, Booze, I don't know. Who is the second best team? The Rockets are number 2, but who is the second best team, Booze, in the Western Conference?
Everybody wants to talk about Denver Nuggets, the Lakers, the Clippers, and even the Warriors. But I'm going right there in H-Town with Houston. I think they got a star in Alperen Sengun. He's a 20-10-5 guy. Baby Jokic, I like that big Perk. He's just like Baby Jokic. Does a great job. Jalen Green has turned himself into a both sides of the court guy. He can play defense and he can score. He can put up 30 a night if he had to. He's averaging 22 right now. They got some veteran guys to go with this young core, and Van Fleet, Dylan Brooks locking up. They got Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith Jr. This team is quietly just going about their business. They've won 9 out of 10. They lock teams up. They can score with anybody. And guess what? They're young. Young teams that are this talented are dangerous in the playoffs.
What I see, and I love that, you know, you're honorary H-Town, let's go Booze. But what I love about the Rockets, and I feel like I don't want to put the cart before the horse too much, because we are in some ways ahead of schedule, and I'm sorry, I'm saying we, the Rockets are ahead of schedule.
She's not sorry.
Because it's almost like what you see with the OKC Thunder, right? You have star players emerge, they build, they develop, they have an identity. The hardest thing to get a team to do, especially from a coaching perspective, is play defense. He's got that on lock, Coach Ime Udoka. Now you have the guys around offense. Like, the big question was, can these guys put up points? We're starting to see that happen consistently. But my only cause for pause is, like, I would not be surprised if it's like 1 or 2 rounds and then they're bounced.
So who is?
They need,
Houston,
they need the experience of being in the playoffs.
Okay.
You know, it's hard to go up against, you know, if it's a healthy field, one of the best players, arguably the most dominant player, Nikola Jokic in the Nuggets.
Okay.
When he's healthy, when he's available in a playoff series. I think we're going to go through fire. It's going to be a baptism by fire. I can't say that the Rockets are like right
Who are you picking? Who are you picking,
Probably
man?
when healthy, fully the Nuggets.
There's like 3 asterisks that are going there. And by the way, Nikola Jokic upgraded to questionable after missing the last 5 games.
And guess what? I ain't picking nobody, because I don't care. Because you know why? The separation is just so far apart.
Yeah.
OKC to everybody else. We could go down the list of teams, right? The Rockets, they're playing some outstanding basketball, but they still have the youth. They need to go through the growing pains of the postseason. But when you talk about SGA, you talk about the Thunder checking all the boxes. I'm looking at the big-to-big passing by Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. Let me tell you something about SGA. Everybody in the world been complaining about free throws, him foul baiting. They didn't complain when Jordan did it. They didn't complain when Malika. They didn't complain when Kobe did it. Damn it, he could scratch his head and rub his belly at the same time.
So I should have rephrased this question. Who is going to be in Oklahoma City in 6 weeks?
It don't even matter. It don't even matter.
It
don't even matter. OKC to the fight.
Okay, that's fine. But Perk, we were having a text message conversation when LeBron returned a couple of days ago against the Chicago Bulls, and when Rui Hachimura returned in the same game. And I said, what do you think the Lakers are going to look like? And you said, like the second best team in the West. There have been so many iterations of this over the last couple of weeks. Why have the Lakers fallen out of this conversation, Shanae?
Well, the big question with the Lakers is this defense sustainable? That's the question. And I think we saw how much it takes of LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and company for them to be successful defensively, to stave off some of the best in the West, because we don't question their offense. Right now, we're seeing what happens when they're, quote unquote, according to their coach, tired, right? It's harder to maintain. It's harder to try to push forward. Look, I wish I was you, Perk, and say I didn't, you know, this is the first time I stood more on business than you, because I actually picked the team.
No, I stood on business.
No, I agree.
I stood on business.
I agree.
I stood on
the
business.
Thunder are making
all I'm saying is about the Lakers is that I don't want